Hey guys, this is Emerald Fire. I have something really cool to show you in the new 1.10 snapshot 16 week 20A. The NoGravity tag, which previously only worked on armor stands as far as I remember, now works on all entities except for the player. So using this, I created custom gravity that can reduce gravity to any fraction of the normal gravity for all entities except for the player. I already have it set up here. I'll just add the dummy objective gravity to the scoreboard, and I'll put it in the sidebar. So now it's ready to go. You see the fraction currently in play is 1, so gravity is normal. If I throw this snowball here, it's just normal gravity. And actually I haven't even turned it on yet, so I'll turn it on and it's normal gravity. Snowball goes the same distance. Now let me turn it to 1/2 normal gravity. So the snowball will stay in the air longer and go farther. Now let me turn it to 1/5. The snowball stays in the air longer and goes even farther. I have over here this gravitometer that will test the floatiness of the gravity. Let me go change this back to normal gravity, and here we go. These apples come out a little bit and then just fall back down. So now I will switch this down to 1/5. And now these apples are a lot more floaty. Now let's switch it to 1/20. Now the apples are very floaty. And if I were to throw a snowball, it is just gone. It is not coming down for quite a while. So now let's change it back to, say, 1/5 and get on our horse here. Let's see what it's like to ride a horse in 1/5 the Earth's gravity. So normal speed on the ground, but then when we jump, we go pretty high and float to the ground. Just for reference, let me just change it back to normal gravity. This is how high the horse jumps normally. Now let's go to 1/10 gravity, and up we go, and floating and gently fall down. So I have these values can be set to be as precise as you want. I have here some values of other planets in the solar system. I couldn't include planets that have heavier gravity than Earth because it only works to slow down gravity. But let me just demonstrate a couple of these. Let's take a trip to Mercury. That's 0.378. So we'll change the denominator to 1,000 and this to 378. And now this is what apples look like on Mercury, and we can ride our horse. Alright, now let's go to the moon. That's 0.166, so 166. And now we're at 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. And finally, let's take a trip to Pluto, 0.071, the least gravity of all. So let's go with 71, and here we go. This is less than 1/10 gravity, so the horse stays in the air for a really long time, and the apples are very floaty. Okay, so let me just give a brief explanation of how this works. I'm not going to go into very many details, but basically this just works by turning on and off gravity a certain number of times per second. So every tick, this thing calculates whether gravity should be on or off based on the current fraction. If it's on, it sets no gravity to 0 for all entities, and if it's off, it sets no gravity to true for all entities. And also there's a slight issue that if an entity on the ground is given the no gravity tag, that entity is treated as no longer on the ground. And if that entity is no longer on the ground, it can't jump. So if you're riding your horse in low gravity, and this thing is switching on and off gravity while the horse is on the ground, if the horse tries to jump while it's given no gravity, then it won't be able to. So I also added in a little system that just tags all entities on the ground and gives them gravity for as long as they're on the ground, but as soon as they leave the ground, then the reduced gravity takes effect again. So that's about it for this system. It's really cool and very useful for future space maps. I have over here, this is the structure that does all the command blocks, which could be imported into your world. However, in the current snapshot, saving structures is broken. I'm on Windows right now, and on Windows it doesn't work at all. So yeah, once this is fixed, I can offer this as a standalone structure import. But until then, if you want to check this out, then look in the description for a world download. Well, that's about it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.